Rocky, you're muted. All right, going once, going twice, Rocky.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, there you go.
Hi, thank you for your time.
How you doing?
My question is, what do you suggest how do you suggest I secure the most effective and flexible funding options to support the expansion of the real estate investment business into development projects? And how can I take some of that capital gains and invest in my 3 and 7-year-old future?
Okay, so I think the first question that you had, paraphrasing, is like, what's the best way to get funding for real estate investing in real estate development projects? Correct?
Yes.
Have you done real estate investing or real estate development yet?
The investment, yes, and then development, that will be in the next couple months.
Okay. So the first thing that I would do is I would, when you're doing the real estate development, I would definitely try to do a JV, which is a joint venture, right? And that's working with somebody that's already established in the field, for a variety of different reasons. Development is a lot different from investing, and it's something that you have to kind of learn off of experience. But it's always beneficial to actually work with somebody that's already done it, and that's going to help you financially as well, right? So I would try to partner with somebody on the at least first couple one of these real estate development deals that you're interested in. As far as funding, I mean, there's a variety of different ways. I mean, of course, there's traditional financing, but that's not guaranteed. It's kind of difficult, especially on the real estate development side. If you've never developed real estate before, then a bank probably wouldn't be the first option. So then it's hard money loans. And I think we have some information on the app and on the platform about hard money. I know a couple of them have spoken in the past. And that's an opportunity to get money from outside non-traditional sources. The interest rate is going to be higher. So it's something to be aware of. And the terms are going to be different. So once again, when you're working with hard money loans lenders, you definitely want to make sure that you understand what you're getting yourself into. Have an attorney look over everything before you agree to anything. And like I said, if you can have a JV or somebody that you actually are working with that's more seasoned, that'll be beneficial as well. You can always you self-fund opportunities as well. That takes more capital, obviously, and it's going to take probably a little bit more time if you don't have the liquid funds right away. But as far as the real estate investing side, if you have a property and you sell a property, most people, they would use that fund to reinvest and buy a new property, but you can also use that fund to develop a property as well, as opposed to just buying a new home, like a new construction. Like I said, you would have to have capital for that, but that could be more beneficial in the long run if you do it correctly, as opposed to just buying a property that's already built, right? Because you'll probably have a higher profit margin if you're building a property from scratch, as opposed to um, buying something. As long as it's done correctly, you have right builders in place. As far as using money to fund for your children, I mean, that's a variety of different ways as well. But as a real estate investor, you get money usually a few different ways. One of the ways is rent, right? So through rent, you can actually use a portion of the rent to actually fund your child's 529 plan, which is a college savings educational plan, and you can do that on a monthly basis. So let's say you're getting $2,000 a month in rent, and 1,500 of that is a surplus. Like that's what you're actually keeping. That's your net is $1,500 every single month. Then you can actually systematically put in place where $500 after they come to the bank account, $500 goes into the 529 plan. So now that's $500 from rent that's actually being reinvested every single month into that. And you can do the same thing with an UTMA or a non-educational plan where you're actually just putting money from the rent into an educational or non-educational investment for your child every single month. So your dollar cost averaging, and you're buying stock every single month for your child. Another way to go about it is, on sales of properties, right? You can actually use portion from sales of properties to reinvest into investments for your child. That's another way to go about it. It's not the same systematic. It won't be the same regularly scheduled programming. It'll be more sporadic. You might have one sale this year. You might have one sale for the next 2 years, next year, right? But you can say, okay, every time I sell a property, I'm 20% of the sale of the proceeds of the sale is going to go to a fund for my children that I can invest in their future. Once again, educational fund or non-educational fund, but you can kind of have that in place. So now you have a system in place for anytime you sell a property that you're gonna utilize those sales for that. So there's a few different ways how you can go about it. You can also, just have your child listed on property and have that as the investment as well, right? To say, okay, well, I may not be investing, but the plan is to actually leave them a property. So when you're doing your estate planning, you actually list that and have the property set to go to them at some point down the road, or when you pass away. That's another form of actually saving. That's a longer time frame as far as just putting money in, but that's something that you can do as well. Another thing that you can do is if the child is of legal working age, you can use proceeds to go into a Roth IRA. That's a retirement account or an IRA, but the Roth IRA is not going to get taxed later. So you can use the same strategy as far as with the investments, but you can put the proceeds into the retirement account. So that'll set them up later on. That's another strategy that you can do as far as using proceeds and from the real estate to actually benefit the child. And you can also use proceeds to pay for life insurance for yourself or for the child. That's another way to go about it, right? You could use proceeds from the rent to pay your life insurance premium and have them as the beneficiary, or you can use the proceeds to pay for a life insurance policy for them, a whole life policy that actually builds cash value and that will have money for them down the line when they become an adult, and also will have a death benefit for them as well that you can transfer over to them when you feel the time is right when they are an adult. So yeah, that's a few different things I think that you can do as far as that question is concerned on the funneling the proceeds from the real estate into benefiting your child.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you, Rocky. All right, so our last question looks like it's going to come from Gerard. Gerard, I'm seeing that your device is not connected, so you would have to connect your mic and camera to get added. So if you're able to do that really quick, if not, we won't be able to bring you up. All right, it looks like Gerard cannot connect. So that was our last question. Like Rashad had said, April 11th, that's going to be Troy's next stock options class. And we have the special guest, Ian. Then we have April 14th, our first official book club session. Like I said, the book club schedule with all the books, it's listed in the website. And then on April 18th, we have Dr. Sonia Lewis coming in. She's just going to talk about all the different student loan forgiveness programs that are out there right now and give you some gems on how you can apply and, use it for your current situation. So that's all from me. Rashad, did you have any last words?
No, that's it. Thank you guys. Enjoy your weekend. And like I said, check out the options class and everything else that Magna just said. So thank you, Magna. Appreciate it.
No problem. All right. Bye, earners.